We became the statistic. Joel Salatin said that the average length of a homesteader is 7 years. We only lasted 6. What was it about our farm that failed? What was it about ourselves that failed our farmstead? Why exactly did we sell? Where are we going to go from here? When I met Olivia, farming was a non-negotiable item. It was something that she was born into, raised into, and something that I had to do to be able to take her hand in marriage. Just before we got married, we bought 5 acres. After 6 years of managed intense grazing, polyculture, we could raise 12 calves, 14 pigs, 1,300 chickens on a whopping 3-ish acres of pasture each summer. After 6 years, we found ourselves burned out, clinging to some dream that we weren't sure was even real anymore. We loved how our hard work nourished the lives of so many around us. We increased the organic matter in our soil and decreased our topsoil runoff. Just 1 year of putting pigs in our floodlot, we saw a drastic water absorption difference.
I see some piggies over there. Let's make sure there's 13. Hi, pigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 behind the gate. Awesome. How is everybody doing? Did everybody have a good day? Crazy night?
We turned an old, dilapidated hayfield into a lavish pasture. However, the weight of needing to produce more and more eventually wore us down. This is the worst day I've ever had in my farming career. And I don't know how we're going to be able to keep our lights on and keep this farmstead mission going. We made mistakes, and plenty of them. We documented them right here on YouTube, i.e., do not put wean pigs in the garden in the fall, or all you will grow next year is weeds. Accidentally having the chickens nitrogen burn a spot on the field, but ironically, it brings lush growth to the next season. And just because the wire is hot does not mean that the animals can't go through it. And your hand is probably not the best way to test if a wire is still hot.
Right.
We also had a lot of success. We saw firsthand how to farm with nature instead of against her.
And we got baby pigs.
We learned about community co-ops and helping other farmers in need. We met so many people from all different backgrounds. What we loved most about farming was working side by side. We would take care of the animals together, make a home-cooked meal together, and raise our children together. We would watch in awe of our 30-pound toddler would feed and take care of animals 50 times his size. The newness of our cooperation working together eventually wore off. We often found ourselves splitting up to make our work more efficient. We took on more projects, trying to learn more skills and decreasing our inputs. What we thought was diversifying and building our farmstead was actually tearing us down. On the outside, it looks like we woke up one day and decided to sell it all. We have disappointed a lot of people with this seemingly haste and impulsive act. The real truth is that we have been trying for a while to tell you exactly how hard farming was for us. We turned our hardships into a positive outlook by saying things like, it isn't forever, it's seasonal, next year will be different. And we did try and pivot parts of our business. We tried farming on leased land.
It's not looking good.
Do we need to take the pigs back home?
Not yet.
Okay.
We give it another hour,
Okay.
and then we'll make that call.
Okay.
We bought more animals and almost immediately sold them back. We tried to sell animal shares and wholes and halves instead of retail products. We even changed farmers markets. In the end, what we were really shuffling around was the time and energy we could never get back. Olivia looked at me and said one day, "I have a feeling that something big is going to change. I don't know what it is yet, but I want us to be prepared for when it happens."
Joel Salatin says that most homesteaders burn out within 7 years. So instead of fighting the urge to quit and tough it out for one more year, we jumped headfirst. Like true Paul and Olivia fashion, we didn't hold back. Maybe it's our stubbornness, maybe we prefer to be risk takers, but what made the most sense for us was a completely clean slate. We knew we wouldn't be able to half farm or end slowly. We needed to rip the Band-Aid. We didn't have a clear plan, and we still kind of don't. I think that's what makes our story so hard to follow at times. How can you relate to our go with the flow last minute decisions when we don't even have a road less traveled by, let alone a road to follow? We are making our own path, not following anyone else's, which is both liberating and terrifying. After the farm sale was finalized, we said we wanted to buy a farm in North Carolina, but we wouldn't look for land for 1 full year. But our own impatience, the need for some kind of movement, and the desire to give our friends and family some sort of plan to follow with us, we were looking for a property in just 3 short months. We called a realtor, put in an offer, and waited. It fell through. We found another piece of property and again called a realtor, put in an offer, and waited. We knew it obviously needed some work, but we didn't know just how much work until we got there. Wait, what? What does that mean? I don't understand. Until that too fell through. You may remember the video we made about buying an abandoned farm. We were all in and ready to move forward with a property that checked every single box for us. But sometimes we don't have as much control as we would like to have. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe it was a huge mistake to give up so early. In today's culture, it's hard to say I have no plan and I have no idea where we are going to get one. Too many people have too many expectations and opinions. They say, you should have done this, or I don't think it's going to work. So maybe this is where I very openly and honestly say that we are secure. We were lucky enough to have money left over after the sale of the farm that we escaped our debt and have a great savings balance.
Woo! We did it! You did it!
We have a financial plan and we are set. It's been 6 months since we sold everything and moved into a camper full time while we decided what we wanted to be when we grew up. And I think we have learned more in the last 6 months than we did in the full 7 years of farming. But it didn't hit me until we were processing chickens last week with our friends Katie and Kent. If we had started a homestead before a farmstead, we probably would have never left. We realized just how fast-paced things were. No wonder we weren't enjoying ourselves. We have also realized that sometimes things go unfinished. It is okay to finish the day without a completed project. It is okay if only half of the to-do list is done. And most importantly, it's okay to take a nap if you're tired. If we had started with a goal of feeding ourselves and saving money rather than feeding an entire population and making money, we probably wouldn't have been so focused on getting bigger. The focus could have been turned to our real life goal. To live a rewarding, happy life and spend time together as a family, in addition to our passion for regenerative agriculture, buying and eating local, and supporting small farmers. When you're a farmer, it's in your blood. It's always on your mind. Farming is a way of life, not just a job. And we can't and won't turn our backs on farming. Instead, we're going to go face to face with other farmers. We are hitting the road. We want to meet the real backbone of this country, the ones that don't add to an empty food system, but the ones that are the food system, the support your local farmer folks. We want to get to know the real farmers. But we wouldn't be us if we didn't also want to bring you along with us. If you have a good place to see, a farm to visit, or just some solid well wishes, drop them in the comments. And please join us as we meet new friends, explore new places, and spend time together as a family. Where do you think we should go first?